Hey there everyone, it's Ravindra here back with another video in C# tutorial series. In previous video we have discussed about delegates, and in this video we are going to discuss about generic delegates in C#. If you are not aware with delegates, then you can also watch that video. If you find this video helpful, then please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed this channel, then please subscribe that channel also. So let's get started without any delay. So generic delegates are another way of creating delegates in C#. It means you don't have to create delegates in traditional way like this. First we were creating delegates, then we were assigning methods to them. Rather than, we have a concept of generic delegates in C#, and we have these three kinds of generic delegates: action, func, and predicate. Action takes 0 or more input parameter and does not return anything, but func can take 0 or more input, but it will always return a value. Action will never return a value, func always return a value. That's the only difference between action and func. And predicate is different from these two. It will take only one input parameter and always return a boolean value. So after using these generic delegates, I will show you we are using these delegates everywhere in our C# programming, and we actually might know or might not know about that. So we will talk about it later. So first of all, it is the previous way that we have created a delegate. First we have created this delegate, then we have assigned this sum method to that delegate here, and then we have followed another approach by using the anonymous method. Rather than assigning a method to it, we have passed a anonymous method here, and it is the third approach that we have used. It is using lambda function. Rather than creating a method or anonymous method, we have directly passed the lambda function to it. So right now we are not going with this approach. I am deleting this delegate here. So, okay, so here fine, and we are okay. Now we are good. So right here, what I am going to write, it is expecting me this kind of handler which is taking two input and two input argument as int, and the third one is output. Look here, if I write here, so it is saying int t means it is expecting a one input here and one output. Int a, it is first input. Int b, it is second input. Int third one is, last one will always be output in the case of function. So it is the return type of the function, and it means what we needed in return will be defined here, and these arguments will tell that which kind of argument that method is expecting. So that thing is replaced by a func here. So now we have replaced that delegate handler with this generic delegate, which is func here. I'm again telling you, if you haven't watched the previous video, please watch previous video before then move here, then it will make a clear sense to you what I am doing here. Okay, so let's create a handler. Func int sum handler a comma b return a plus b. That is fine. Now we can call this print sum method. 3 comma 9 comma some handler. Okay, and let's call it. So it should print sum of 3 and 9 is 12. Sum of 3 and 9 is 12. So that is our func. We can also create here public static void greet string message, and we are expecting action delegate here, and it will take a string as input. Let's name it greet handler, and let's call this greet handler here, pass a message to it, and this greet handler will print the message. So it's not the job of this greet method, this greet handler will do that job. So here let's create action string greet handler message console dot write line message. Let's call that greet method here and pass this greet handler to it. Actually it is giving some error. Let's see what it is saying. Okay, it is saying greet, there is no argument that corresponds to require parameter greet handler of. Okay, so right here hello world. I guess we are good now. Sum of 3 and 9 is 12, hello world. So that's how our action delegate works. And let's discuss about the third one, which is predicate. So actually I'm not creating a separate method for that. Let's create a predicate here, predicate, and predicate it will take from us integer value, predicate handler equals to num return num is less than 7. It means if num is less than 7 it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So it is our handler, and let's see. If I write a method here, public static void check greater than 7, it takes a predicate from us. Okay, that's fine. It takes predicate from us, which will take an integer, and let's name it handler, and it will also take a number from us, int num, where result equals to handler num print console dot write line result. Check greater than 7, we will call it here check greater than 7. Okay, and we will pass here 6 and pred handler okay. So let's run this program and let's see what is the output for this. It is true, which is not true. Yeah, it is true. Actually it should be greater than, then we can check it is greater than 7 or not. Then it is false, greater than 7, false. And if I pass here 8, let's see what it is saying. Now it is true. So that's how our generic delegates works. I know it might be little bit confusing right now, but you will handle it eventually. Okay, so let's comment these guys. Let's see if it works like this. Check greater than 7. If I pass here 8, and let's see a is greater than 7. Okay, rather than creating this handler, I am directly passing what we call this lambda function here. So let's see, is it working or not? True, it is greater than 7 right now. If I pass here 7, then it should be false. It is false. Yeah, so that's it. We can also do it like that. Now I am going to show you where we are using these delegates here. If I write here list int li equals to new list int something like this, and li dot where, if I write here where, then it is asking me that you need to pass this func kind of delegate here, which will take an integer value from us and return a boolean value. So here we need to pass a func delegates. That's where we are using. So let's see, are we using delegate here? No. So right now I am remembering this case where we are actually using these generic delegates. So you will eventually find multiple cases when you actually will be coding where we are using these delegates. So everywhere in C# we are using delegates. That's why these are important to know. Okay, so let's remove this guy. So that was all about generic delegates in C#. I hope you understood all the things. So catch you in next video.